is being diluted out of fear of losing their job. The reason why the crafter of the Constitution provides that they may be removed by proof of misconduct and only by the president, it means there has to be internalization, process by which you will derive. So it gives them the opportunity not to be afraid of any government that be. When the government is doing wrong, they will tell you say it's wrong. But now, because of that situation, when the minister went out today and had a bad dream, he said, Chief, you are removed. When the superintendent of Wakanda went out today, they said, I had a bad dream, they removed them. I think we need to revisit that and then go to this number. It's serious. The second aspect has to do with the issue of financial institution that we intend to introduce or build on the floor. We will be named and star the Bank of NIMA. We realized that NIMA had a very huge potential when it comes to finances. A multi-millionaire company that ArcelorMittal doesn't have a deposit in NIMA to pay its workers and other financial transactions. We also realized that NIMA and other countries had a potential industry in the rubber industry. And when this bank is created, distinguished, it will alleviate some of the property on the farmers. They will take loans. So we will encourage you when this bill is introduced that you please help us to ensure the passage. Then the issue of Burkina Faso. We are taking it for a joke by creeping on our nation, and pretty soon we'll soon be losing land on grounds that when cultivation takes place, eventually the wildlife in those areas will be driven away. There will be drought, and there will be a lot of issues that have an average effect on the inhabitants. Our people live on farming, and to import influx of foreigners to come and cultivate our bushes. We need to look into it seriously so that tomorrow our citizens will not converge on the urban side to embarrass the government. Now, two more propositions. The aspect that has an AML, ArcelorMittal. It is our appeal to our colleagues. It is our right as citizens of NIMA as a nucleus for a collective effort of all of us on grounds that Article 22B of the 1986 Constitution provides that any natural resources beneath the ground under the waterway belong to the Republic. But that any action that will affect ArcelorMittal in favor of any country, while NIMA, you will be collectively involved. They require support. We are cognizant of that. And with respect to Mittal, our citizen youth are having consultative meeting. The elders, the women are having consultative meeting. Upon their conclusion, they will furnish the legislator under the doctrine of Article 17 of the 1986 Constitution to instruct us as to what they want to be enshrined in the MDA. At which time will be appealing to your consciences. While it is true that we are advocating to ensure that those things happen, equally so, we have to learn to be business friendly. The time now. Now, the last issue has to do with no. You know, many times people take government property to be free thing. Hello? People take government property to be free thing. Of recent, we have observed with careful look and critical analysis that the 15 pickups that were donated to the LDA, the full amount in which they are then utilized, if they are not taken, they will soon be requested for vehicle.
Right, the plenary.
Thank you.
It's Mina Cattle Records. I like it.
On Rosamia Kogar. You are you more. What are you? You don't have a good year. Once that look one who's there, you don't know. Once that look one who's there, you don't know.
Rock Sunday on the beat.
Kogar, yeah, what there? Samia Kogar, yeah, what there? Kogar, wow. So they want to let you go, so what they want to let you go, they are lawyer. Samia Kogar was born a lawyer. Nima Zoya, Nima Zoya, Samia Kogar was no desi. Kogar was senator, Samia Kogar was senator. Papa no no yo maze Kogar yimanda Kogar yima Kogar okay yo get a play yo so okay yo get a play yo akamia Kogar ye to get Tiaga loye Samia Kogar wa pega loye no kwa kwa no zele ya Kogar no kwa no zele ya Kogar and les cadeaux. I'm a brother, boy, yeah. Mama ni makante ya zuwa ye Kogar ye wabo so aloja kumito ya so Kogar ye lega yi to kawe ni makante se leye ye lugbe se ga ye kakle Bridget kakle ye kulo se adine ya soda Samia Kogar oyon maze Abo oyon maze Wage peme wansu wa mojawo Wasu toto lasanga tuo Abo oyon maze Mwenye pani maba uto kwaga Baya le pietore Siemo Eku yelu kwabo Samia Kogar Abo ni malene walogo kwa Samia Kogar yiro Siemu Malo kwebo vie kava Aboni manoze walogo Sa yiro moya Kogar yiro Kula songon lo gbeyon Walo no Tulo kwa wewe Ma Victoria Kogar Muddy Bird Waye dodo Waye dodo Eje wa mi waye dodo re Gansi Tu mi waye dodo Abaya u meson waye dodo re G Sylvester Nuna to What's that I hear now? Ah, go Kogar. So I hear what there. Come where my hear where. Come where my hear home ya. Pale we. Lona ba oko kanu Kogar we. Ni ma iwo kuma. Apa ni ma menu iwo kuna. Apa ipo Kogar. Jeremiah kun apo Kogar. Kowa. So they want to let you go, yo. So what they want to let you go, yo. They got lawyer. Tell me if Kogar was playing a lawyer. Ni mazoya. Ni magane zoya. Asa mi Kogar wonu desi. Kogar lo senator. Sami akomwe Kogar lo senator. Sabeza nuna go.
And so, good evening and welcome. Thanks you to BKS TV. Welcome to the Heat Hour program here on BKS TV. On the Heat Hour, we see dialogue and not confrontation. We see words and not bullet. Sitting at control tonight, my name is Junior Payne, and I'm here alongside our CEO, Alvin Sekar Sr. He's going to be the lead a moderator for tonight's show for a very long time because I'm having some bit of a technical problem from my end, but hopefully everything is going to be okay. Welcome.
You're gonna have to pay me to do your moderating job.
Hey, no problem, Chief.
So I think that
Welcome.
the young people playing on your electricity over there. They want you to count the show tonight.
Yeah, but everything will be okay. I think the senator too is here. CEO, what's up? How you doing, Chief?
I'm doing good. I'm doing great. So it's going to be a great show. It's been a long time since we hosted the senator. So him being on tonight will be a good one to have some conversation with him and get to know what's going on. But yeah, happy New Year to everyone. I know the senator is adjusting his camera, and he's somewhere in Nimba there. So I'm excited. We look forward to having this conversation with our own senator.
Thank you so much. Senator Samuel Gongme Kogar. Good evening, Chief, and welcome to the show this evening. How you doing?
Yeah, good evening. How you doing, woman? How are you? Compliment all the season.
Thank you so much. Happy New Year.
Gio, before you go further, I want to share something with the Nimba people, the Liberian people. I think most people don't know this about the senator, but the senator used to be a really, really good football player, defender. The man used to play in the back, number 2, from our Zongwe days all the way to Goma play there. The man hold that number 2, that right wing. No one used to easily capture him. So, Senator, with the ongoing sports thing, I think most people don't know about your football skills. So, I think I want you to kind of share light on it, let the people know that you are not just a politician, but you're someone that played football back in the days.
You are quite correct. I started playing football as a child in 1979. We were kids playing football, between houses in Goma Place, Saninkole, and etc. But later in 1986 all the way 88, I played for Sheila United in Saninkole. I also played for Mother Todman. Yeah, those days. And then later, when the war came, we all went Ezak. Yeah, I was playing in your Guma, they used to call in your Defender Sport Association. How they kept me at the same time being a coach. And Jesse Wuner was the sport director. My teammate, Gongano Bole, Demissier, Tagan Douay, Soapy. There were many guys that we all played soccer together and etc. So when we went to Ezak, we were living on soccer. We started back in our numerator. From there, I became distributor of food with Red Cross. I worked with UNHCR as the moderator. Then later became the food distributor. After the UN rations started, we intend to play soccer in the community where people they are foreign when they had a cup, I mean they had a tournament, they will hire us and then they pay off 1,000 francs per day. And we used to go and play game and what have you. So we did our own. But those days, the time we started playing football, like plenty of food you used to eat, the girls would be sinking. While they sinking, they cook for you already the time. After the game, we put towel around our neck. Then we'll be coming. Those days at the time of red jaw. Red jaw was a brief that had green color, red color, black color, but the edge of the red jaw is white. So what we did those days, whenever you wear your shorts, you will carry and lap it over right over the edge for the white to show. Then you get towel around your neck.
Yeah.
Oh, when the people see it, they say, "What?" They made a clean man, a big ball. So those days will come from Sunny Gori to go in your. We were the big guys in the time, what have you.
You
But
know, it's
basically, the issue of the soccer in Liberia, basically, they can't meet. I would have thought that it was a thing set up to motivate every country to produce players.
right.
And those players should originate from the original country that they hail from. But it's on the contrary, where you will see, you will hear the one Mayango playing for Nima, then you will hear Nyanyanze, then you say Nyanyanze playing for Lufa.
Hmm.
It makes it somehow not too enjoyable to me. It makes it appear like a commercial.
Yeah.
So the actual natural beauty that we actually anticipated to get, we are not getting it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I agree with you. You know, it's interesting you brought that up because we had discussion about it last night sir, on our show. So when you were playing in Ivory Coast, I was in Zonwe, but I was very young at that time, very small. So
yeah,
I remember because myself used to like football business. So that way I spotted you playing. You used to be playing with those guys from Botuanwe, Blue
yeah.
Ball, then Billy Marshall, then all those guys. But I was a young guy following you guys. Yeah, but yeah. So as far as the football, the way they have it set up, the county meet the structure of it, I have to agree with you. The district league is supposed to be where our players come from, and then from the district league, we spot players from there, and then move them to the county, and then from the county, then national team. That's how it's supposed to be done. That's how Ivory Coast does it. We see the ASEC Mimosa, Africa Sport, and all those people. That's how they do it. But it's contrary to what we see there. But yeah, again, welcome to the show. Happy New Year on behalf of BKS management, the platform, all our panelists, and everyone. I want to say thank you for your donation that you made to BKS. We received our huge contribution, the contribution you made. We are very proud of it. 200 bag, whopping 200 bag of cement for our project in Ganta. We want to publicly acknowledge you and say thank you so much for that.
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate. Thanks for your acknowledgement.
Thank you, Senator. We really appreciate. Oh wait, is it that you supporting Chelsea or Man U?
No, no, don't bring that your Chelsea thing out.
No, normally I'm a Chelsea man, but
Good.
actually, let me be very frank with you. I support the Chelsea. I don't know.
Drogba.
Can I say emotionally? Because it was because of Didier Drogba that I actually supported Chelsea.
That's it.
Yeah, out of emotion. But
But
since
anyway,
Didier left that Chelsea, my appetite for Chelsea and other things died down.
Yeah.
no,
All those.
you're a fan of Chelsea. Little Man U man. Without pushing, man, I can still tap on the table. But anyways, welcome to the show this evening, Senator. Let's start with your visit to District 5 in your hometown, in your Goma play. You spent the new year with the people. What prompted that visit, and what are those things that you did when you were in District number 5?
Well, let me first begin with appreciation and compliments to all of you that have contributed towards my success. I want to extend my thanks and appreciation to the Almighty God first, and to my family, and then the people of Nyogomable, the people of Nyo, the people of Buyao, the people of Nima, and Liberia at large. I'm very much thankful to the Almighty God that He has given us the opportunity to live up to this time and also place us in the kind of a position that He has destined for us. All did not happen alone. It is because of collaboration, cooperation, unity, and holisticness brought us thus far. So I'm very much thankful to all of you. First of all, this season I decided to start from my mother hometown, Lisono Kawi. God, prior to being a Kogar, it was my mother that gave birth to me. So we decided, since our ascendancy, we decided to go and appreciate the people of Lisono Kingdom. Lisono Kingdom comprises of 11 towns, but currently they have one added, which is 12 towns. So all of the citizens of that area were invited in Lisono County, my mother's birthplace, to celebrate the Christmas and to also appreciate them for electing me as your senator of Nima County. And the main reason for which we decided to have the celebration there was to set a legacy, to create a legacy that Adenego town is a historic town. The late Yende gang father was called Gonyanze. Gonyanze gave birth to Yende gang and Dan Bianquay. They were family, brothers, children. One father. And Dan Bianquay happened to be my mother's father. But he was a chief of Lisonon town, Kanwi town. And later, his second there, his brother, his little brother, who was Yenegin. And Yenegin later became clan chief and subsequently paramount chief of the Chidom. And those days when the road from Ganta, let's say from Monrovia all the way going to Grand Gide were being erected. Those at the time that the road was constructed, the public works minister, Gabriel Toko, was a Sierra. But Gabriel Toko brother, his sister was married to Todwa. So automatically they made him Minister of Public Works. So along the road, when you park Queen coming to Ganta, you will see a town they call Vain Town. Vain was a Sierra Leonean, Mendeme. That land was given to him because he was building the road and he sat there. So when old man Yenegen learned that most of these guys that were building the road were capturing the main road to have a property along the main road. So what he did, cleverly, he was not educated, but he was civilized. So what he did cleverly was all of those guys, his younger brothers and relatives in the community that were educated, one way or other, like Louis Bere. Louis Bere used to be in Sannikore those days. Like Luokona, like Nyante, and all those guys were tough gentlemen those days. So what he did cleverly was he divided a portion of that land on them, and they sat on the main road. Whenever the guys come those days to ask for property, he said, "Oh, but people are taking their land already, survey everything." Oh." To the extent that the man he surveyed almost more than 1,000 acres in the community. So the people sat on the road there, and then later he built an austere building, one-story building, and put a statue of elephant as a symbol of the authority. So those days, when that building was erected, it was William V. Stotman who went there to open the house. So as we speak today, the house is dilapidated. The house is almost it's a ghost. where nobody live in. So as a grandchild of Yenegen, who God had blessed through their prayers and effort, we were playing those in our house those days, running upstairs, coming down, jumping down, etc. I think being elevated and God had blessed me, I decided to build that place for the family, for the legacy of that children that once lived a man called Yenegen who was a parliamentary of that children. Therefore, his legacy should stay. So it was the main purpose for which we had a Christmas season there. And as we speak to you, we have eyes through the representative, because I intend as senator not to do a project on my own. If for any other reason, even if the legislative earmarks that I got, based on the experience I have had from representative post, to turn it over to the representative of that district, and we'll work together, because we got to collaborate and cooperate. So based upon this, I called the representative of that district, who happened to be my father, traditionally Semiana, who is the chair of the caucus, to be in attendance. And whatsoever that I got, I turned it over to him. We gave him $800 to mobilize people that will get sand from the beach, because it's near, from the ocean, from the river. And then I sent 200, initially sent 200 bags of cement there now, and they're supposed to be molding it. At which time that is done, then we'll go for the groundbreaking to erect that building and put the elephant statue there as the scene where we're looking. And then the next plan is bound towards Zaman headquarters. These are people who serve us diligently, and they are a symbol of authority. Whenever you call Zogas territory this way, the first thing they will say that towards Zaman. So these people, even though they die, we cannot only wait for the children, they were statement. So we need to create a legacy that will remain, that Zogeni will raise up as well. So from there, we'll be looking at some prominent area like the Tabeta district, where we'll look at to build, what a Blozo had a property there to go there and renovate or build it. So it was that was the essence of all going to Kanwi to celebrate the Christmas. And then the chiefs, because we realize that the town chiefs are now on payroll, but they work tirelessly. Their wives cook for strangers and do a lot of things for people. So in that light, Christmas Day is a day to give. So what we do, we carry lapels to share among the town chiefs, the 12 town chiefs, wives, the parliament chief, the clan chief, the commissioners, and some others, wives, as a sign of appreciation, showing them for the level of cooperation and love they show me during the election. So normally, as a leader, the symbol of festival has to do with cow. So we also slaughter a cow there. So we ate together. Now I decided to go in your Goma play, which is my hometown, including your Chidon. Your Goma play, quite frankly, not because it is my birthplace, but they are showing me love from all levels. CEO, there is a surprise that you will carry multitudes of people from diverse backgrounds constantly for political rally. That in the town, nobody will come to you to complain that, oh, the people you brought somebody loving to my wife. Nothing. Everybody laugh, they receive stranger with happiness, and they exhibit overwhelmingly their generosity. And not one time, not two times. Though we've been appreciating your people as well as Goma Play, but this time being a senator, I first decided to go in my hometown to really commend them for the level of cooperation they have had since my ascendancy. And interestingly, 2023, after I won, when I was announced victor, the stranger that went, are we there? Hello?
Yeah, someone got a noise in the back. Please mute your. Oh,
It's
my
okay.
bad.
It's okay. Go ahead, Senator.
So in 2002, 2023, we were in Goma Play when the election was being announced. When we emerged victor, all those that came from out to vote, including our own children that came from Morovia and other places, they raided all the cattle in the town, pulling the vehicles, killed it. The whole town was empty. Interestingly, nobody came to me again to ask me, oh, they came and cattle, you need to pay for it. Never ever. Because in Goma Play, the tradition says nobody can take their friend outside for litigation. And they stay abiding by that norms and value. So for that reason, I decided to spend a special New Year with them. And we also ate together. The same way I share Lapo, I did it to them by appreciation. And this Lapo this time around, it only went to the married women. They call them Silum. These are women that came from out of the towns, different towns, and
Right.
decided to marry to our father, our brother, and relatives. So I said, well, you didn't know you got to wait. All in the same category because the mother that came here, that got married here, they are the one that born us. They the one that built this town. So this new year for them. So your how you been eating for long. This time around. So they were jealous one way or the other. But however, we get there the 150 suits for our mothers. And then we also had cow festival and other things were done behind the scene. The youth center that there, I've been having with the youth corporation. You know, many a times people always felt that they should be spoon fed. And the motto that say you and help you is the best motive. I mean motto. When you help yourself, people help you. So to motivate the youth, they are model bricks who build the youth center, but they are not being roofed. They are not being plastered. So I went there this time around. I said, well, y'all know I was annoyed with you guys because my anticipation was we saw playing and the playing is done. Even if I don't come because of numerous situations at hand, at least I expected you people to have credited money somewhere and say, oh, you were not here, or say you're taking the project we are done XYZ in your absence. I will be obligated to that person to pay. But since you guys did not do it, that was my annoyance. However, let us resume the process and see how best we can erect it. So I gave them 1,000 US as an initial contribution to start because they need to have planks and other things. They would be thinking about the plastering and the catching on the floor, the youth center. So we identify ourselves with the youth and we also appreciated the elders. But Goma Able is a historic town, actually. But many a time people don't understand why it said that Senator came from Goma Able, representative came from there. And then later, after the senator that came from there died, another person who were the person who was representative succeeded him. You know, I want to give the history city. I want to give a background. The background of the entire thing started like this. During the Civil War, Prince Johnson hailed from Goma Able. Relatively hailed from Goma Able, but he was like Dike wants to brother. So they are residing in Balople. Then you got DC Zame from your blunt their play. Then you have woman Zozi, all those guys, and they all originated from Nyo. The entire revolution, it was Nyo and Nicoya that dominated. But because Prince Johnson was came later and had a fashion, the Goma Able town was demolished completely. You can relate that. Everyone of us fled and went to Cote d'Ivoire. We were in Exact. There where the Goma Able youth created a song they called Bana. They were singing. And that slogan does Kalonga you blow, eh, Kalonga you blow. No wonder where Kalonga you blow. Meaning, no matter how the situation, how long we are staying in exile, can you carry us in Goma play so we can live in harmony? It was a situation that was really, really, really something that, it created some psychological effect for the citizen. For Goma Play citizens to leave from Aroko to come in Goma Play town, to even harvest their own cocoa or planting, they will hide themselves in the bushes. The town was demolished, the citizens were ostracized, and a lot of humiliation took place because of Prince Johnson. So nobody could, even the children are from there, and the women, like the girls are left from there, like got married in other villages. Nobody could identify themselves or call to say I'm from Goma Play. The history is just fresh. All of you guys know about that. I, Samuel Kogar, were arrested 4 times in Aricos for Prince Johnson business. I went in jail. People, because my father was adopted. They adopted him from Cote d'Ivoire to Liberia and subsequently killed him. And how did he die? My father was alive when they put rim or tires from his toes to his head in Bio Ganagle on a valley. They wasted gas on him and blazed fire on it, and he was rolling, dying. When he was telling the people, say the Prince Johnson that I'm suffering for, Prince Johnson will go and succeed. He will kill though. These are the sacrifices that Goma Play made. So I was arrested in Ivory Coast for Prince Johnson business. God said to the people, but nobody knows because when God does things in a miraculous form. So he confused everybody to not to know what really was going on. But he was planting somebody to come from that identical town to be a leader in Nima so that he will know how a man or how does it look to build when you sport things. So Prince Johnson and how Prince Johnson permanent came about. He became senator. So I too, during the election 2011, 2009, 2005, I supported Unity Party. Prince Johnson supported CDC. We had a clash. 2011, we joined. We formed NUDP. We were member, full-fledged member of the NUDP. And the lemon test that God gave to my leadership was in bound. When we went in bound for the primary, we were 4 that contested on the ticket from NUDP from Booyah. You got the late Nine Away, may his soul rest in peace. The late Woto Song, may his soul rest in peace. Riley Myers, the former development superintendent of Nima, and I. So when we went to the race, Senator Johnson was supporting Woto Song. So he mandated all the people to vote for Woto. So when we went into the election, Daniel voted for himself. Riley Meyer got 9 votes. I got 10 votes. And Woto got 14 votes. But interestingly, one lady who is now one of my strong supporters, Lucia Fayen, they rule the bylaw and constitution of NUDP at the time says no member of the party should associate or do anything within another party. So when you do that automatically, you are disqualified. So the delegation, John, I don't want your time.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Go ahead, Senator. That's the reason you are here tonight.
The show is it's about you tonight, so you got all the time. Take your time and go ahead.
So during the primary, Lucia Fanya, à la time that the card got done, was in Unity Party. They are going to Dimplay to have Unity Party rally. And at the woman house that she hosted a Unity Party she cooked for them. So people were there that took her picture, everything. Then she came as a delegate to vote on NUDP primaries in Bang. That information will pick you up. Then they added Bio to us as an honor, and Bio was coming as a Chidom. So they requested 10 persons from each Chidon to vote for the primary. So when the Bio people came, because the Bio people and I had a tradition, we had tradition with them, knowing that if the 10 delegates that left from there came, they will all vote for me or the mother will win. So they cut it down to 3. Who were conducting the primary? Medre Gonti. Bauko was the chairman of NUDP. So when the primary was conducted, later I complete and I was defeated there. So I challenged that the election was marked by fraud. So therefore I will now honor the primary. So when I wrote a complaint, I indicated what all I said. I said 10 persons should have, if 7 more persons should have added to 3 persons from Bill to vote. And I knew that I was a positive vote. And the woman too who partook in the election from Nikwea is conflicted. So I filed in the protest. They call Uwen Morovia. Uwen Morovia, there Senator Johnson said that, well, said the man have filed in protest. You're low into the protest. I wish that he had congratulated Wotu already. But Metro Gonti, Moses Zia, and others felt that the number of work I had done in the party and the assessment they did in the district, if they carry Wotu, he will not go. So they advised the senator that, look, there is a situation. If we allow Wotu to go, definitely NUDP will lose his, will lose a seat. So we don't want him to go. So we prefer Wotu. I mean a Kogar. So in that light, they went through the case. They called it both of us, Wotu and I. They asked us separately. So Kogar, if we decided the case and you went wrong, will you support Wotu and say yes? They asked Wotu the same question. Wotu say yes. So they came out with a verdict. But interestingly, they say I won the primary. Then the senator said, if I want to put 3,000 US down cash, I will not go on a ticket. It was not easy. I didn't take crazy. So I called my nephew, Sarah. Sarah is in China. I asked him, I told him go in my room there. I had 2,000 US there, he bring it. He went, ran, brought it to the party headquarters. We give it. That's how I went on the party ticket and won the election. Now, all those things happened because the sun was shown before. We sacrificed for it. Nothing can easily. There's a reason why when people insulting me on Facebook, they say a lot of negative things. I don't talk. Anything you say about me, in the long run, it will run after you. So for Prince Johnson to come from Goma play as a senator and later die for me to succeed, that's the background of it. But people don't know, they just look at it easily. So we need to pay back to our people for what they have done for us, and we'll continue to pay. You see, all of my elections, the higher vote always came from y'all. The young boy you see there over there,
So
I respect them.
you owe us plenty.
I say the young boy you see there, I respect them. Not that the other people don't vote. But you see the young people will come, even their own son will come and say, they say, no, somebody there already. If we do it, we will not get a seat. So it better we meet the men who got there. If you're doing wrong, we will advise you. But for all to lose, to go out of representative, for somebody different to take it, it will affect us. For example, my childhood friend Jim Soma went against me. My little brother Jesse went against me. But it was all politics. Their place, a birthplace of them, they voted me over 1 minute. It was not because of hatred, because they felt that if they gave the vote to them, it will be menacing vote for me, and then the election will go outside of the Chido. So I respect them a whole lot. I owe them gratitude. There's a reason why any activity the tribal what they contribute. Or reason Diakwado is intending to build a guest house in their place. I pledged 200 bags of cement. That's the initial contribution. And we'll do more. So I want to, these are the reasons why I went to yours specifically. And let me tell you something. I went unannounced. It was year after I have landed, before the people begin to post and say, Koga will do this, Koga will do this here. I went there unannounced because I wanted to see the propaganda that people been paying, they been paying people in the media outlets. Oh, Kogar is this, Kogar is that, Kogar is this, Kogar is that. For me to see whether the natural law of the people of that they say how, even in ban, people are complaining, say, why they say I should not pass. In Zoge, they say I should not pass. You can call there. Anybody, somebody may call there tonight, they will tell you. They say, next time you come here, you got to announce. You're not small man. I say, no, no, no. When you come into your home, you don't announce it. When I left from there Thursday night. On Friday, the whole place was packed behind me. People carry food, carry this. You know, popularity is not money. Let me tell you. Anybody who believes that you can use influence of money to get popularity, it can't last. It's just like when you put real on clothes and you're washing it, you use alcohol, it will move. So this is how life goes. So that was the reason why I went in the district to appreciate them for what they had done and continue to do on my behalf.
Thank
Now,
you. Oh,
there at the legislature, let's first begin with the issue of the threshold.
S- Let me
I
ask
mean,
you a
let
question.
me tell you, your team we need to ask you. We need to be
Let
asking
me ask
Koga.
you a
Your team
question.
not doing your thing yet.
You can
Yeah.
Now
vote
you
for
let's
us.
they short boy you follow all gonna do.
yeah. The man. I two things about this short man. He ain't let inland people. He ain't letting your people. But he can move from behind us.
Yeah, go ahead. Let you ask a question.
So
No,
okay,
I tell you.
we will ask each of the panelists ask two questions, but this will be my last. This will be my two questions. Then we can go to the CEO and then DK, Mana Lorena, and Sarah Siawete. The 200, I mean, let's say 1.2 billion budget, 2026 budget. On the record, you didn't vote for that budget. What led to your decision on not voting for the budget?
I think that there where I was going and you said we should discuss your issue first. Though. But anyway, the national budget, the framework of the constitution make it somehow interesting and critical. Article 38 say the House should form its own committees, except the Committee on Ways, Means, and Finance. And Ways, Means, and Finance should be represented each. One member from the House on the Budget Committee for NEMA, one member from the Senate for NEMA representing the Budget Committee. And the reason why it makes it very much sensitive is because the national budget is an instrument that gives rise to development of any given nation. And it must be appropriated in a fashion based on priority needs. And it should also take into consideration the laws that govern the budget. The revenue sharing law that was passed in 2021, I think, if I'm not mistaken, they realized that the Constitution 2000, Article 22B of the Constitution, if I'm not making mistake, talks about natural resources, mineral. It says mineral resources beneath the water, in the waterway, on the ground, and etc. belongs to the republic. So Manasali, having realized government and there's some competitive analysis around the world about money, industry, and what have you. The framework of that law thought that since indeed the law says any mineral resources belong to the republic, equally so, the particular locale or locality that resources is deposited, the citizen must benefit one way or other. There is a reason why the decentralization act that gave rise to Ministry of Internal Affairs that they knew will soon be changed. abolishing statutory superintendent, township commissioner, cities, and etc. In that vein, the revenue sharing law says any county of renewable resources, any resources from there, the proceed, that county should benefit 10% of the what? The revenue. So this going budget, ArcelorMittal contribution to the budget is 200 million. So if you look at the 200 million and multiply or subtract the 10%, NIMA will be getting 20 million as a benefit based on the mineral sharing law. That money was diverted to different entity, and NIMA did not get that money. Whereas, as soon as the budget entered the house, I wrote the communication on the plenary floor, and the Ways Means Finance Judiciary to investigate. There was no outcome of the investigation, and they decided to bring the budget for passage. So predicated upon this, I decided not to vote for the budget. Because what NIMA should have gotten was denied of. That was the reason I did not vote for the budget.
Thank you. Sorry, CEO. Before you come in there, let me make a follow up to this question. Will this 200 million
I
have
mean, when you want ask all the question now, you don't get a chance.
Everything, I
Now,
beg you now. I beg you. Will this 200 million has any influence on you guys voting for the extension of the MDA?
In the first place, my brother, the fact that the 200 million were captured in the national budget, it implies that the MDA will be passed. Logically, when you look at it, whether the budget is contingency or what have you, but the fact that it's within the national budget and it will pass automatically, you can't deprive ArcelorMittal in that case. I want you to look at it logically.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Senator. CEO, over to you now. Let's hear you, Chief.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Again, great having you on here, Senator. You know, the last time you appeared on our show, our show went viral, and it was the talk of the town, and everyone talked about it, and it was all over the place. My question to you now, because the last time you were here, you raised some concerns about the relationship between you and the VP, and things were very, very tense. As it stands now, what's the relationship between you and the VP?
As a politician, politics is dynamic. You understand? We disagree to agree. If the VP cook food today and call me to your house, I'll go there and eat. If I call to my heart and invite him, he wish to come, he will come. But at times, the policy differences, people have issue. So I don't have personal issue with the VP. No.
Okay. Thank you. And then I will lead a follow-up question. Centered around the county administration and leadership. The last time we had Senator Nyan Twanya on here, he talked about the way things are done now. You got some stuff together. There was a meeting that was held that included you, the VP, the superintendent, and other caucus members. And you guys talked things. Some people were forgiven. You share ideas. And there's supposedly a plan in place for going forward when it comes to using the county development fund, developments that are undertaken in Nimba County. You guys are setting the position now to give some input to the superintendent. Do you mind sharing light on that? Do you mind sharing light on that for us?
Well, at no point in time that such a conversation went in depth as you may say, but I can remember that some conversation that I wrote the VP to make some intervention, and from there, I think it was said that anytime we want information from the county will be available and etc. But my position on the county issue still remain unbending. Because the history will judge us tomorrow. You see, when you look at proficiency and efficiency, you may look at it to be good things. Yes, you can be proficient. You had an idea, you are very charismatic, very creative, but you can't be efficient. Why? For example, you had a proficiency to design idea that yeah, the money we can spend it on a superintendent compound, we can build on government installation, but it's not efficient because it's not meant for that purpose. The money is meant for the country, and there are a lot of priority needs for the country. That's my concern, and my decision still remain unbending. Because the superintendent compound is a face of the country. Why it is true that it's a face of the country, it is the prerogative of the central government. You cannot use country money on government projects. No. It's a fun thing to build it, but where does the money come from? That's the wrong aspect. I continue to preach. You put me down, you take collar to my neck. I don't renege on that. You understand?
Yeah.
For example, I always said it. If they have gone and secured maybe 30 acres of land in Ban, in Campley, in Tapeta, in Ganta, all the places has city status and build a real estate from the county money, that money will not be static. Because the housing unit you build, what the citizen will live inside and they will pay rent to the county, and that money will be deposited in Nima County account and will be turning around for other things. You will be looking at priority needs. Students, you sign agreement with students who are very clever, you get them scholarship with a condition. When they come back, how they will pay back to the country. The rubber industry is one of the leading industry now, but Nima rubbers are in the butchers. And the government has announced or introduced as an executive order that no unprocessed rubber should leave the country. And Nima has potential. The country could also sit down and decide among which one of the districts. If they will divide Nima County into 3 districts, that each electoral district, 3 districts get one plane with rubber processing machine. Whosoever that brings machine to that plane, a rubber to that plane for processing, will pay fees. And that fees will go into Nima County account for future development purpose. Why it is true that the country is working, equally so the citizens themselves to their life are improved. These are the intent for which that identical social development fund were meant for. You don't expect Nima County to buy car for county superintendent, county commissioner, or even motorbike, when the government, the central government, is already appropriate funding for that. And the central government paying the teachers. They provide basic facility for the teacher, the agriculturist, and doctor, and etc. So places that car doesn't reach easily, for example, the feeder roads, farm to market roads, at least the country can make intervention in that direction to erase some of the breaches. That is a fine initiatives. Why? It give opportunity to those who doesn't have the ability or who doesn't have access to good roads to bring their goods on the market. They will be turning and will create economic boom for the country. So these are some of the reasons I continue to say that the money is not being used for the intended purpose. Let me tell you something. When we talk about corruption, I'm a financial crime investigator by profession. At the higher level, ask anybody in Liberia. Corruption is not only to eat money. I gave you $100 notes, brand new $100 notes, to carry to secretary or whosoever in Secretary. You left from Morovia because the $100 note is a brand new note, very fresh. You went and changed it to the ugly $20 note you got, 5 pieces, and gave it to the man. Yes, it is $100 that you giving the man, but it's not the real $100 I give you. You are corrupted in the process. A corruption there. So when they talk about corruption, people who steal money, no, misappropriation. I'm not against anybody, but the history will judge all of us tomorrow. So the position I sit in, I should be able to be factual to the people. That's my concern. So it is my oversight responsibility that I'm accepting. So I'm not
Thank you.
against anybody, and nobody should insinuate any kind of a way. Transparency is a hallmark of the day.
Thank you. Thank you so
Transparency
much.
is the best way to go. So she's doing extremely well, but the money she's using is not the government money, that our country money. So it's used in the wrong direction. That's my concern.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll stop there and I will let the other folks ask their questions.
Thank you so much. We have 2 questions each to ask. DK, let's hear you. You can ask your 2 questions. After you, will go to Madam Lorena to Sarah's standpoint, and then to Siawete.
So because of gender equity, can Lorena ask? They're not our visitors. So now then Lorena ask, they will follow.
I mean,
Yeah,
she's
because
not
all
ready.
Hey,
She's not
hey,
ready.
Lorena,
huh?
you did well today. Ali,
Yeah, that gender, that balance the thing. You can speak the woman, that her ask, then someone will follow. You know I love you, mama. When you don't know deal with you, that I can operate.
Go ahead, Madam Lorena. You can ask your 2 questions.
Uh, Good evening to our listeners and viewers. Good evening to all the panelists. And good evening to my nephew, Honorable Samuel Gongben Kogar. I'm sorry I didn't attend the program. You called me on Monday when I've already made my trip set for me and Doru. So, I attend all your program, but this one I didn't attend because they were already expecting me. But I heard your news and I heard what you did in the time. And even the listener base, they see in Morovia, you give our own cow. And Sarah will pay for my own cow because they say he cook a cow to the horse. I want to say thank you for what you did in the snow, and you were just giving the history of Yin again. That's why we'll be in the administrative building, company with me, the Yin again hall. I just put the videos in the chat room, had a meeting there on Sunday in Canada. We are taking for Nima on Sunday. And that building is second to none in Nima. It's bigger than even the administrative building in Senegal. We name it in honor of him because it is because of him that the sooner, if not the only, will be few children in Nima that is surveyed in the children's name. It is because of him. So we decided to honor him and name that administrative building in his honor. So at the level he has reached, I just put in the chat for you. You see every time for those who are not seeing it, so they can know the kind of work we are doing in the sooner. So for me, I don't have a question for you. I see what you asked you 2 questions and your answer tells me that there are kind of improvement in the relationship because few months back, 2-3 months back, your answer would have been different, your tone and everything would have been different. So I just want to say that we will support you people as your followers, your supporters. We kind of feel embarrassed when those kind of rough edges, and then we feel relief when we see that they are being resolved. So I just want us, like you promised your parents in the son that in case of anything, you will never be on the air. I also want that aspect of your meeting in the son. So we want it to continue that way, and so that we can have it's just for the good of the country, it's for the good of the children, and we are already your constituent, we are your base, and so whatever you say, we listen. When we say it, you listen to us, and when you two say it, we have to listen to you, so that we can just be able to develop our country, our chiefdom, our various districts. That's what I would like to say. And You didn't vote for the budget, and yes, and we know the budget has passed from the upper and lower house, but we don't know if the president has signed it. And for me, technically, since it's January 5th, I would say he might have signed it, but maybe it's not yet public. But we hope there are things, according to Senator Twain, there are things in the budget for NEMA better than what we saw in the draft budget. So we're hoping to see that, because we're hoping to see that other city got money and you got money higher than what we saw in the draft budget. And no metal, all those things, we're hoping to see those things so that we can know that, I mean, our votes are making sense for us, for our ordinary people in the various communities in Lima. That's what I'd like to say. I'd like to say again, thank you for the path you are on. As your mother, I feel very proud of your responses and your tone and your approach tonight. Thank you very much. There go this one, let's see.
Thank you, Mana Lorena.
And they hold the bill what they don't know why they bill that they ought to be. How many body they even report the entire disruption that they would not fit there. I
We'll
mean,
just
there will
come
be
and finish for
space.
the second
There will be space. There will be space. And not even space, but spaces. In two use.
Thank you. Governor, welcome.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. After all the softball questions, here you come. Koga, this is the heat hour. I know you've been in your region with all the news story that some of us don't have no interest in. And the rest, for the record, I'm an inlander. It's just a Pentecostal church all over the place. That's so some of our church there. The CIWT is here now in Massachusetts, no inland church. So you found some kind of church to go to. My question to you, Koga, I know you. There are something here I will do here so that they can cut our recording and send it to the politician. So the relationship between you and your brother Kun is good. The relationship with the superintendent is good. You only have legislative disagreement, which is your right according to you. I'm not quoting you, but Gongman, how far you go with your brother's school, Senator Johnson's school? Is the school in the budget? We didn't hear any argument from the Nima Lady caucus, and your emphasis was voting against the budget because Metastic could not get 20 million to Nima. How far you going? How far is the conflict with the family? Have you been able to settle that? How far you gone with Lorena then 40 cows with 1,000 bag of rest? How far is the whole Prince Johnson memorial that was stopped? And how far is Prince Johnson school? That one will push you now to get our answer from you tonight.
Well, thank you very much for your concern. In the first place, the issue of the school have been one of the major issues that everybody been contemplating on. But especially when the issue of the sale came about, for me, when if somebody must say discuss something, it better you say the truth than to pretend. It was resolved in the family earlier. You understand that the family cannot maintain the school. They don't have the capacity, including the wife and some of the children. But the politics that will play, I left everything with God, and God will solve it. I know what we discuss, and God knows. And graciously, our full-fledged member of the sale of the school, because it was agreed by the family. But later, a change politically, other people wanted to make me to appear somehow ridiculous. But I stood the tension, and I decided to remain as it is and have the endurance in the process. So what all people were saying negative, my concern was the school condition as it is. Even structure, when you build a structure that where there is no other person living there, eventually it will be breaking, it will be cracking apart. And majority of the citizens that commuting from Ganta, Tabeta, Ariku, all over from Morovia that passing at the school campus, they will be saying things and everything will be attributed to me. Say Kogar took Spring Johnson position, and he's not concerned about the school. That have been my worry. But people who understand, they know fully well that our Samuel Kogar don't have the capacity to meet in our school. I don't have money. So what we did after the intimidated and threatening those people that came to buy the school that are gone here, to the extent that they even threatened them by unknown people, some ghosts, telling the man that we will burn your entire hometown if you temple, simply because Kogar, the family had decided to work along with Kogar to make sure that the legacy remain. Meaning, because the man wanted to use the place as a university to run a school. So other people felt that it would be a glory for me, so they decided to honor my, which I had no problem with. So the people called me and said, "Well, we're receiving a lot of threats, so we will discontinue with the negotiation of the school." I said, "Okay." So now the next option is they talk about feast. So I said that I suggested that to go for feast, and the school I was just insulted for and other people were being accused of, to remain as a state. So what am I going to explain to the Nima people during the festival? So I decided that as I advised that the issue of the feast, we should stop it first. And graciously, the vice president took the advice and they decided to cancel it postpone it. So the next step was I went to the president and I had a meeting with him and I expressed the issue of Senator Johnson's school. He said, "Yes, Koga, I think we are all inclined to help. So what you do, write me a formal letter." We wrote, and the Minister of Education is fully aware. And I also wrote a plenary, and we proposed that they put 150,000 in the budget, to jumpstart the process, and of the conviction that was taken into consideration, and effective before the end of this month, we're going to have a meeting with the Minister of Education again, and then we'll have a meeting to see how best the school can resume. With respect to the issue, there is no conflict between the family and I. As far as I'm concerned, what people don't understand, and I will make them to understand, is Prince Johnson hail from your Goma play, and I hail from your Goma play. Besides that, Prince Johnson's biological mother is my aunt, was my aunt. You understand? So we are kind of about, the relationship is a kind of about intertwined woven. My great grandmother from their quarter as well. But the narrative is somehow that you will not be able to understand it easily. So to a certain extent, the people of Prince Johnson quarter are my fathers. But Prince Johnson, when it comes to tradition, he's not my father. But his other relatives are my father because they were my grandmother hailed from. But he is my what? Cousin. But because my father is man and his mother is woman, that one he will refer to as my uncle. I mean nephew. So under no condition, the people in the interior, they understand leadership and they understand the traditional value, the norms system. Prince Johnson happened to pass. The people sat down and said, "Well, looking at the whole thing, yeah, we're seeing it in a quarter where Prince Johnson from. We're looking at there. We're looking at the children. But this man was a statesman. In order to maintain this legacy, somebody way closer that has served and from the town and they are related, that served for this number of years, is the one we should push to the Nimba people for him to succeed Prince Johnson." So at that level, the children, everybody will remain mute. Because when the father talked, nobody challenged it. But other politicians decided to use some of the children to insult me, to say things negative on radio. They don't move me because they are children. When the reality comes and they reach to maturity, they will sit there and say, "Oh, what we were doing was wrong. Our forefathers said this, they want to rebel against it." So the madam along with some relatives we met before the New Year. I mean, before the Christmas at my house. And we discussed the issue. So we all agreed that once the school is captured in the budget, we will now write the vice president along with other Nimbayan and other stakeholders, informing them about the feast, the date of the feast. And I believe, and from my understanding of the tradition, that how it's supposed to be. Then whosoever have anything you want to bring, you can even bring things that will surpass the family, because the family, when it comes to feast, is a kind of a joyous move. People who will come in are people that somebody extended hands when a person was leaving, the good he did for the person, you got to come reciprocate. But it must originate from the family. So there where we are, as soon as the school issue is settled, we'll be informing the Nima people, officially, including the vice president. Then they can come down to our aid to have an elaborate festival that everyone of all will have a legacy going. So that has been the hold on.
Thank you.
Thank
To
you.
add, DK, before you ask your last question, please, out of respect, refer to our honorable senator as senator or honorable. No Gongman, no Samuel is allowed here. Please.
Okay, thank
You
you.
want
Thank you, Honorable Senator. Therefore, we will not go the way you looking good today, we will not go to the senior senator and who the senior senator, I want, I want the thing to be civil until you leave, because they can be cutting out,
My
recording, and
brother,
sending it all
go
over the
ahead.
place.
Go ahead with any
So,
question you want to ask. No, go
so,
ahead with any
Honorable
question you want
Senior
to ask.
Senator.
I said go ahead with any question you want to ask.
Okay, thank you, Honorable, thank you. We just playing fun. Thank you for always being here. My next question to you is: there's a heavy debate in Nima on the social media since your last appearance here, when you had some disagreement with the vice president. Uh, Others said you were against the Nima unity, some call it the One Nima movement. What is your current stand on the Nima oneness? Some call it Nima solidarity movement. Are you in accord with that call? Will you support a Nima candidate, a single Nima candidate in future elections? Or will you, as a person, have the desire to go on the other side? Do you have any comment to make about the dismissal of women pay and subsequent replacement of women pay by Honorable Tingba? That's my last question on this segment.
Well, thank you. The issue of oneness and one Nimba, I don't know the intent and the content. But I've been hearing it. They've been training on the Facebook. I'm not in the chat room and what have you. So I would have been placed in a better position have I been in the chat room to know what it meant. Maybe it's meant for special people. So I'm not in the know. I only heard it on the social media. With respect to whether I support any Nima Kennedy, are you talking about 2029 or what?
What kind of election coming, Jana? Look at it.
Yeah,
I
the
know
issue
election
of
are coming,
supporting,
Jana.
election basically, the reason why when election come, people campaign is to know the character involved. People don't just go into election because they want to go into election. What are the dividends? What is the character of the individual? What do we foresee in leadership ability? These are things you will be counting on. But for now, I'm not seeing any Nima person profile for presidential candidate yet. I'm not seeing it yet.
Honorability.
Oh, okay. Honorability.
Honorable
Honorability.
Tiawan Gombro.
Well, no,
Jeremiah
Honorable
Wabo
Tiawan
from
Gombo
Booyah.
contested. I come in now. Tiawan contested 2023. So I'm talking about those that outing to contest. So the question will be answered at the appropriate time whenever the issue of candidates are named. Then you will dichotomize, then you will dissect and know who will be the suitable person. But in the first place, one thing I want to disabuse the minds of anybody. No one candidate can become president, can produce president when the other candidate don't support you. People who may have that understanding is a myth. The lemon test, Senator Johnson contested for presidency twice. People feel that once you win Nima, you win a vote. It's not true. So nobody should be thinking in a kind of a way. If you want to be a presidential candidate, you must cut across the country. The household need in Liberia for now, if you're doing competitive analysis, you talk about Boakai, you talk about, President Boakai, you talk about former President Weah, and then I talk about coroner, Musa Berete is coming. And all these people, these are people name you can hear for now. So you differ on that. So anybody who want to be a presidential candidate, you must cut across the country, not only Nima. So if anybody depending on Nima to become president alone, you will be on a broken stick. So you got to work assiduously. You got to cut across the country. Your name should be a household name in every country. Then we say yes. So we support any child who come from Nima that want to be a president and meet them with a pedigree, who has a capacity, who had cut across, and who had a person human-to-human relationship. Yes, one way or other, we can look in that direction. Then what is the next question?
Thank you. I think you answered his question, so we'll go over to Sarah.
No. We more pay. Just make a joke. Be careful before I take you off.
But man, you
Well, the issue of women pay, from my understanding, have I known from the onset. I want to make myself clear, and I want people to listen, not to misquote me. The issue of women pay, it is a prerogative under the Constitution of the President, because any cabinet minister that is nominated and subsequently confirmed by the Senate and subsequently appointed work at the pleasures of the president. In that light, he decides to take an administrative decision on any of a minister, I cannot oppose it. But I can go to the president and what I did to inquire what happened. And he explained his side of the story. But if have I known from the onset, and if the president had referred the matter, saying indeed the person that was dismissed came from Nima, if you ask Samuel Kogar personally, I would have recommended a Gio person. Because the issue, the new phenomenon that have entered our political activities in Nima, like the Gon senatorial election that brought Yanton into power, it was because Prince Johnson was there, I cannot go there, and therefore a minor person should go. Even though constitutionally it's not binding, but it has become something that people adapted themselves to it. I would have recommended a Gio person. However, Tingba I call Tingba my father. He called me Manlegbe. Tingba and I had a closer relationship when it comes to legislative politics. Besides, even when you're the Minister of Lands, you're Minister of Internal Affairs, you might be brother and respecting. I always refer to him as senior. If I don't call him senior brother, I will call him Honorable Tingba. I said it because if that had happened, the tension at Ingberege would have subsided. If you took somebody from Zoge or a Superman Sanctuary District. So it level us now as a citizen of the county, a senator, to see how best we can address the issue to ease down the tension. But Timba is a Nimbayan. He qualified. He been working at the mine before, and then he went back there now in the senior managerial position. I'm not against it, but actually, if I personally were asked, that would have been my position.
Thank you. Thank you, Senator. Junior, hold on one second here. Sarah, before we come to you, I have a quick follow-up question. I think this is important. The senator raised that, and I want to flag that, highlight that. You talked about the citizens or the sons of Nimba who are vying or who will be vying for presidency 2029. And if we account to folks who you believe are running for president, you will look at that and try to support them. Now, hypothetically speaking, let's say 2029 comes around, we have Honorable Ability, a son of Nimba County, running for presidency. We have Honorable Tiawon Gonglo running for presidency. And we have the VP running as VP, Vice President, on the United ticket, on the United Party ticket. What would be your take on that? Will you go for VP or will you go for presidency?
That way you will compare and contract. You will do, in the first place, you will first of all sit down and analyze. If the three individuals go to contest, two presidential candidates and one vice presidential candidate, will it be doing good for Nima? That's the first question, as a sound politician will ask. If no, what role will you play to narrow down the ambition? That would be the task for some of us. But if you let it as it is and this no matter what you do, the origin of that identical candidate, you will get votes.
Right.
So then the needed result that you wanting, you may not get it. So Nima had a challenge. The challenge we got here, we need to borrow from Lofa. Me, I don't mince my war on things. If you went Lofa today, Tomo Fala and Ambassador Bwaka were each other through politically. The Jefferson Koji and others. Now Sir Joseph and Fala are taking side with the president currently. He's championing the cause of the old man now. So if a Tomo Fala at this time, you understand, can champion that, it means that Joseph Bwaka is peaceful. And he bring it them together. So in Nima, we the stakeholder now, we got to put our ambition aside, our bigotry and whatsoever aside, and believe that Nima is our common denominator. To unite and tell each other the hard truth in-house and sort out our differences. But when we are fragmented, where those are in authority, then the local authority and others are taking one side. Mind you, why is it so that you are in local activities, you may be parliament chief, you may be clan chief, that you're taking instruction from local authorities. There are many people down there that feel that they will not listen to parliament chief or clan chief in the future. They will take different side. It didn't hear. So in Nima know what I know, people who take side now who refer themselves to this different group that try to denigrate other people and look down upon other people. That even going to the state to say, well, at this time we need to suppress them. When election coming near, we get to them. You're making big mistake.
Right.
It's a very big mistake you're making because some of all are tested. Some of all were in refugee life. We broke Canada to live. And then graciously God gave us the opportunity that we serve in a position that we're more and we're able to have back around to our houses. Nothing can move me.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
So
you for
we need
that.
to unite. We need to unite and we need to pull taking this side out. It will not help.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Cyrus, let's go to you, my brother. Ask your two questions.
Thank you, Junior. Um, Good evening, Senator.
Yeah, good
Happy,
evening.
happy, prosperous New Year.
Yeah, thank you very
Um,
much. I appreciate it.
Thanks for your deliberation. I'm enjoying the conversation. I see honesty in everything you've explained. But I will make a brief comment before asking my question. And my comment will focus on NIMBA, especially as it relates to our social development fund. I understand that the recommendations you have been providing, people take your recommendation for being an opposition to them. And I understand people have been paying journalists, Facebookers, and a lot of people to denigrate you simply because you want the right thing to be done. You want the money to be spent in a way that we will have returns, but they are not seeing it like that. People are seeing it from a political perspective. People are playing politics with it, and persistently, Cole has been using the money at her mercy the way she feels, and by the time somebody comes out to say something about it, then people get named to call you. And as it stands, Nimba is toxic. Nimba is toxic when you talk to people in Ganta, in Campley. People are complaining that even those in position and those out of job, most people are not even speaking to one another because of politics. Nimba is toxic, and the scenario you use about Lofa is together. The fact that Breika and Falade can be moving with Sir Joseph and the other folks, it tells that Lofa is together. So what happens to Nimba? Where is Madam Edith Gonglo where? Where is Councillor Yelu? Where is Gompu Kagon? Where Anthony Kwiwungba? Nimba is not together, and the strategy the guys on the other side are using that the center go up.
Yes, he just dropped off there. So he will be back here. We'll try to get him back on here shortly. But to our followers, we want to say welcome to BKS TV, our Heat Hour. We want to say thank you, Happy New Year to all of you. Please kindly do a favor, go to our page, follow our BKS TV page as we continue to provide all these updated news for you. Just BKS TV on Facebook, and we want to say thanks to all of you. I think, Junior, you can relay this. Our show is being relayed on BKS TV that's a voice of BKS in Mutual and a voice of Tapeta as well. So we will wait. We'll try to get our senator back on here. Again, welcome to everyone. So I think, Cyrus, you can hold up a little bit here while we get the senator back to be able to continue with your questioning.
Thank you. See you again, folks. Welcome to the show this evening. Welcome, Gilesef Va. Siawate Zuge, Tuaman, Lorena, Don't Care, my friend and brother, Cyrus. Welcome to the show. Senator Samuel Koga is here. So you can go ahead with your questions, Cyrus.
See if he got any of the first part of your question, then you can continue, Cyrus.
Cyrus moving on.
Yeah, Senator, you got any part of Cyrus' question?
No, I did not.
Oh, okay.
I went somewhere. Then you go ahead, please.
Okay, thank you. So I was asking the money we have, the money the social development fund, I said the superintendent has been spending our money dictatorially. She decides what to do with it, and she's not answerable to anybody. The first time you made an attempt to ask a question as to how the money is being spent, and she has to say you want to be Susu father, she will not tolerate that and all of that. She got people on Facebook that she pays. She got journalists that she gives handout to defend her and all of that. And up to now, she continues to spend the money in her own way, the way she wishes. and the problems are not addressed. I would not want for people to cajole you, to make you afraid, to make you give it up, because this thing it has to do with our people. So as it relates to the issue you raised about Nimba or Lofa, Lofians are together. Thomas Fowler, Joseph Barker, all the other people from Lofa are together. The country is moving in unity. Things are working for them, But for Nimba, it's a difficult thing. It's a different scenario. Now in Nimba, the conversation around is that when you don't support Kun, it means you are anti Nimba. You hate Nimba. You are jealous of Kun. That's a conversation. They don't have any national local program to say let's bring our people together. They have a forum to have conversation. As it stands, you don't find Yellow around them. Yellow, they took Yellow out of job. They said the man did not support them. They took him out of job. You can't find him around. And Madam Edith Gonglo Way has all the competence. They know she's educated, but now a single day they will go to look for a job for her because she did not support them. So you will not find Gompu Kagon around. You're not finding Kweungpa. So how is this whole unity thing about Nimba moving? Is it about county main unity or what? Which sort of unity do we have in Nimba? That's my first question.
Okay, thank you very much. In the first place, it came my mind my way back to the Lake Blazo Toy when they were in authority, when they were chief on the chief council, down going down. Let me give you a short story about Blazo Toy. In 1991, when I came from Cote d'Ivoire by the ship called Calabani, I landed at the Freeport of Monrovia. I went to Senator Prince Johnson base. He had sent for me, and I went there. So while there, he sent me again. I will go for his daughter, Jerome Bagley, and I went for Ubro. Within 2 weeks, the Lake Blazo 2 was sent by Charles Taylor to go and mitigate between he and Senator Prince Johnson. So when they got on the base, they gave a guest house to Omen Blazo where he was lodged. Prince Johnson set a time to go meet Blazo. That evening, wonderful evening, I can remember I have gone to go, greet Senator Johnson that evening. He say, course, I say, can't carry me to Blazo house. While going, you got more than 10 pickups filled with arms. Senator Johnson himself was armed to his teeth. So we got at the place where the old man, the late Blazo was lost. So when we got on the ground, everybody sat down. Then Prince Johnson went and sat near Blazo. You know what Blazo doing? He said, Blazo, God will call you. Then you bring fleece or armor. You must say on the battlefield. If those men, including yourself, remain here, I will not say nothing. The old man Prince Johnson disarmed all the men and he told them to go. He himself took the pistol from his side. He gave it. Then Blazo said, okay, I talking to Yerugbe now. You want to disrespect me? Who made you today? Even though your biological father is there. But Blazo took from Nima Kante, came to you to top peace. Then you bring arm to me. You who? You understand? And I was in that meeting. There where I knew that when you are a leader and independent in thinking, people will always respect your voice. The major problem we're facing in Nima Kande today, I continue to say they will have problem with me. Once the local government act, you blend it with elder and chief, there will always be problem. There will be people with this side. There will be favoritism. Under no condition that somebody that is on government payroll as a chief will move from behind the superintendent, will move from behind the vice president, We move from behind the president, we move from behind the internal affairs minister. They will always side with them. Your independence is compromised. And Nima want to progress, we need to be sincere to each other. And I would say it. There are others in this place that can say they are here, they are not on salary. They able to address the issue of Nima County. For example, you dismay women pay. None of the elder or the chiefs took upon themselves to go to women pay house or to a hometown. That you call women pay to come in the town here. We want to console him or we want to take him to the president to know what happened. It never happened. But during the confirmation of my brother and friend Honorable Tingma, they all wore their colorful uniform and went there to worship that program. Are you doing good between women and Tingma? No. When you do that as an elder, eventually you are taking side. Because the first and foremost thing you need to do, having getting to women, then you will encourage women to even go for the confirmation along with you as an elder to sit there. It means that you console him, you care for him, that he wanted the son of the soil, but you abandon him. So the elder in the country, they are taking side with government official. Until that can be realized and the truth can be told. That one of the major issues in Nima now. I'm not lying to you. That's a nightmare we got in Nima County now as I speak to you. We need to say the truth. Either we separate the elders that are now on payroll to be the one that will mitigate when issues come about, and those that are on payroll should be along with us. That's the only way, because what I'm seeing, there is no neutrality in them. There is no neutrality in them. It's a serious problem in the country. What I'm saying, if I lie, let someone challenge it tomorrow and say the elder assembled themselves. Women pay, you can call women, whether the elder reaching, whether they ever went to him as a son of the soil that was dismayed. Somebody who is affected is a person you console. Think about already getting a job. So the best thing you do is to send women king from that place. You go to women, console him, say, look, there is your brother. The decision is a decision from the nation. We can't do otherwise, but we cannot separate you. Say your brother is there. We brought you king so you can work with him, set whatsoever you were and what you were doing. Tell him as your brother, open up arm to him. Instead of thinking about doing it himself. Now, how the elder rules are to be played, that will never happen. So whenever
Thank
issue
you.
happen, those that in authority, the elder, the chief then run to them. The chief run to them. It's wrong. Their job, my neighbors will not allow you send a true job. If anybody feel that if I say the truth, 2032 when it come, you want move me. But the right thing will be said. The issue of the media you talk about. What I'm telling you, even some of the media, people who love me and who believe in me, some of them came here and invited you to my house. I read in Uganda tonight. They came here some part of 3 weeks ago. They say, big brother, you need to build your camp. You need to build your media outlet. Because John Brown have people paying their on payroll data. The truth is the truth. The man said who preaching on radio against me or against anybody and trying to promote somebody, he knows, his conscience knows very well that he's doing wrong thing. So his integrity is being compromised. So I told him, I said, you know what? I said, let me tell you, if I doing any wrong thing, you're talking. Anything I'm doing wrong, you're talking. They lie, you say, yeah. One thing we lie about them is straight talk. I say, like the fact. Because if I pay you both now, I'm a weakness right there. You will go and tell people, say, oh, but that person doing right. I just calling the person all because the person said he will do this for me. You professionally, you are not respected. You are not respected. You got to be independent in your thinking. You bring platform, you use a platform as a means to denigrate other people. And ill discuss other people because you got access to that platform. You know what will happen tomorrow? You will not be respected in society. So don't you know move me? Ask some of them who can be here discussing whether I can pick them or to lay them down. I get time. Because the truth is the truth. We need to be rational and truthful to ourselves. So
Thank
that's
you.
a response to your question.
Thank you, sir. So my next question, real quick, is and I'll let you get this adage before asking the question. You know, there's an adage I say when a monkey is ready to die, it can notice the sound of danger. So I believe that's what happening in Nimba. The next question is you supported Joseph Barker. You supported I remember we had conversation. I even walked to you, try to talk to you to not support Joseph Barker. You said
President
that was your
Boakan, man.
father.
President, put the president there.
President Barker, sorry, President Barker, His Excellency Joseph Barker. So you said you were not changing your mind because you know the old man, you trust his decision making prowess, and you have worked with him over time. And one of the instances that made you to support him again, as you um elucidated the other time, was about the vice president coming from our county. I think we were few. You said, listen, I can't see my brother somewhere and try to go the other way around. So now that you supported them, they won with your support. Trust me, if you had not supported the rescue government, they would have lost the election. The result from Booyah is clear. I think they got 30,000 plus from Booyah, and the overall margin of the election was around 17,000. So obviously, if you have supported George Weah by this time, some of us are in ministerial position. Now that you supported them, your support led them to getting Garrison out of job, and you supported them today. Madam Edith Gonglo Way doesn't have something to do. She needs a job, and you and the president can talk. You supported them, not a single person from your own region, your own or Booyah you came from. Not a single person. Not that the guys from there are not educated. They are competent young people from that end. Not a single of them has something to do. And today um people that get jobs from Nima, either you must come from FOJ. Have you gone to this president that you supported? I believe during that time you and he used to have conversation. Have you gone to him to sit with him, to make your case, even in the absence of the vice president, and say, Mr. President, my support to you the other time was not just tied to Kun coming from Nimba, but I trust you as an old man. I supported you 2017, supported you 2023. This is the situation. What can we do about Garrison Yellow? Everybody that quote unquote violated the code of conduct, the people receiving their money. A lot of people have gotten their money. Yellow has not received a dime. Up to now, Yellow has not received a dime from anybody.
Thank
And what has been your effort to towards the buying getting job? Like you go to the president and say, Mr. President, why are you doing it about your daughter Edith? I mean, she's competent. She comes from a region. I mean, have you made that effort? And if yes, what can be his responses? What's going on? Why Booyah is out of this thing?
Why Booyah is out of this thing? That's my favorite line. Why Booyah is out of this thing? Even though we support them overwhelmingly, and now we are underrepresented. Honorable Koga, that's the question that your son Cyrus is asking.
Well, in the first place, let me say thank you for your question. The issue that has to do with if I have met the president, on many occasions, I have met the president. And, you can't restrict the president's decision or you can't coerce him. Rather, from your own thinking, he will make a determination. But we are here, myself, I have series of consultative meetings, not one, not two. And I know what he said to me. Currently, I don't want to diverge privileged communication outside to the public, because it's a hard table discussion. The president of the Republic of Liberia. And I believe that the conversation continues. But the issue of the district that you're talking about, uh, I don't think I should blame the president. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I don't think I should blame the president. But at the appropriate time, situation will unfold itself. And I can tell you for free, yes, it is true. I had done a lot of good for Unity Party, and they too had done good for me. The old man, he stood on his ground and asked all the people to support me from the party line to become senator. It's a good sign of reciprocating, which I appreciate highly. But why it is true that he made me senator, equally so, there are people who from the country that qualify that need jobs. There are people who contested against me that either that need job. So the discussion is ongoing. So as I said, I don't want to say most of the thing on the platform, but we are still persistent and we're watching the process to see how far it will go. The issue of Booyah, I told you, I said, well, I don't want to blame the president. And the reason best known to myself, I don't want to blame the
Thank you, sir.
president. I don't want to blame the president. But with respect to whether you supported somebody and you needed something immediately, my kind of a politics, I'm not the person that when I support you, every 5 minutes to your door. Oh, I did this for you, so therefore I need this. I don't believe in the people who know me, they know me for it. Like the majority and the minority fight. You all saw what happened. You never heard to say, oh, Kogar, after the revolution succeeded, you want to be David speaker, you want to be speaker. No, it was not the intent. When you start projecting yourself, people can have problem with you. You understand? But experience is a good teacher. It can tell you full lesson. Election will still come, election will come and go. So we're watching the process. But the only thing I'm saying tonight here is, if anybody think that we are talking about children that will just park somewhere, that you think certain time will come, you open your door to see your car will follow. It will be difficult. My years are yes. And our methodology, I took it from one old man who narrated a story. He said there was a girl, a king in the kingdom. He had one daughter. And the only law he had is he doesn't want any bride price from anybody. But whosoever that marry his daughter, when his daughter died before that person, they will bury the person alive and they put the cuff of the daughter over. So the only man who could challenge that what they call was Toto. Toto agreed. He said, I will marry your daughter because I like her. But Toto told the old man that equally so why they sued that I like your daughter and I accepted your law. Me do my law is everything on the planet I can do it only one time. I can't do it 2 times. So the king to an understanding. Daughter took the man, the king wife, daughter, carry her. He breastfed for 1 day, he cultivated all. He fed tree for 1 day. He burned the farm 1 day, he scratched it 1 day. Everything one until the rest got wrecked on the farm. When people passing by were passing, their food was told and I said, the rest, who get that about rice? The very day Toto had gone to go harvest, they called from the village and say his wife died. So he ran in town straight to the king. He said, well, the commitment we made are falling on me. So therefore, we need to set a time to bury your daughter. So the king called the king no. Everybody sat down and made decision. They went to face the grave, everything. So time to go bury the daughter, they dug the grave, they put daughter down. And when they put daughter down, then they took the corpse and put it on top of daughter and called it with died. When they suppressed the death, everything As soon as the people were turning their back, Toto lifted a back. The coffin king up. So the people say, oh, the casket up. Oh. They took the casket from there. They put it aside. They cleaned it there. They took Toto from there. After they clean everything, then they took Toto to put it in. Toto say, I told you everything on your eye. I can do it one time. You bury me one time, you can't bury me 2 times. So if I supported you today and I continue to support you, do everything you want me to do, I do it. That your conscience not telling me, you say, oh, the man is doing everybody this. I mean, a black Toto technique.
Yeah, so the yellow issue has not been addressed. Why
I
all of the
said
people
the discussion is ongoing. All the people you're talking about, I mentioned all of them is ongoing. It's at a high level, and I cannot disclose it. I said.
Thank you.
Thank you.
oh thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Senator. Let's go to you, Siawete. You can ask your 2 questions. After you go to Yelese, after Yelese, maybe Amma, and then we can take one more question to let the senator go.
Thank you, Gian. Good evening to Honorable Kogar.
Yes, sir, Chief.
Happy New Year to everyone on the platform. And Happy
Yeah,
New
me,
Year
yeah.
to the senator. I don't know whether we Gian or Sion, but it will be another day that New Year. So
We're leaving that GNC thing like
Y'all keep beating my brother. Yeah, I say I beg you.
yeah.
so DK, I just wanted to carry you to the conversation regarding the AML conversation. You made little deliberation here, and there have been some concerns in the quarter of NIMBA or recent because for me personally, when you were raising the argument with the 10% and the revenue sharing act, I think it was meant for NIMBA, but I want to know first whether you voted for the budget or against or you abstain. I'm sorry
No,
if
I
maybe I
voted
came in late.
against.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you are on the
Voting, yeah, elect president vetoing your bill. So now it can be land veto, and or veto in totality. So
okay.
that specific cause that are hard to vote against.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So my question coming about the legislative politics where people will say, oh, I didn't vote. And I think when your colleague came the other day, we tried to chastise him a little bit because when you against and you vote against, then your decision is on the record that you didn't vote for this. But thank God that at least we are getting your fair analysis that you didn't vote. In fact, you voted against. Now, my issue go to the issue with this with the revenue sharing out where you talked about previously. And I think it was on the basis of that you did not vote you voted against the budget because of the 10% that you are going to NIMA, the 20 million. Now it did not work. But my point is the 20% or the Liberian government and the legislature, we are already appropriated 200 million for signature fee. I think you touch it a little bit. And NIMBA for the revenue sharing out, which you are getting 20 million. Now, appropriation have been made and NIMBA will not capture to get is 20 million. Now, is there any remedy for or any decision to take NIMA, to take the government to court? Because I think it's by law. One is by law, constitutionally, people should abide by the constitution. Because budget is a law, and the law has been violated. What's the position of the 2 senators? Are you willing to take a lawsuit?
Well, at the legislature, in the first place, what we intend to do is in 2 segments. Number 1, they say minority had their say and the majority had their will. So one, it is voted upon by majority, it automatically become a law. You understand? The only thing you can do now is to prevent future reoccurrence. That one. The second aspect has to do with Saint Asala Mita concession has not been ratified, but there is a signature bonus for the concession has already been ratified. During the ratification, that issue can also be flagged. So that the two grounds we have now that we can utilize.
Okay, thank you. Because the other day, on our client came, asking similar question, but he response was different too, and he said you're going to meet you and to find solution to that. Stay on the AML and surrounding. Um, when we were running the campaign in April, the main conversation surrounding your election was you are tough talking and you are a true replica of Senator Johnson. That's why Nima people went your way with all of even the traditional and red that will perform. In some quarters, people are getting concerned about your little silence about the meter issue where on our Tuayen alone is blowing a trumpet. And they are not hearing you on the issue of this advocacy from Mita. So I want to get your view. Why being your current engagement with the issue of Mita?
The issue of Mita,
Only one senator talking. Yeah.
what the senator is saying is the right thing should be done. So in that light, two or all cannot be blowing the same trumpet. So at the Senate, the day I will be taking the land, the hard land, I will be there to be playing the choir role. But he want to forward to achieve the same thing. So while he taking the hard land at this time, as you play the choir role, engaging Mita as well, that this is what Makuli is saying we need to do it the right way. So we're working. But all of a sudden, we can't go to the president be talking here and there. Yan knows and I know that we not want to call any stir, but what we're doing is for the betterment of the people of the country. But it just that it's taking at the different levels. And I see that, we got to be one way or other meticulous. If you look at ArcelorMittal, that is contributing 35% of the national budget. And we hastily take a decision, it may have an adverse effect on the function of the government. It may strangulate. So you got to use some methodology that will bring some level of maturity or mutual understanding while the owing you talk to them and they pay. And they see that they're working. So there are so many ways to catch a rat. Because all the investment in Mita higher now, they can't just take it, leave it and run away. No way. They have huge property on the ground. Beside the iron ore, they brought in things to take the iron ore. Those things that are here, the assets. So they don't say no, whatsoever they are in the wrong, they will repair it and they are doing it gradually. So at the same time, while Yaya is talking, at the same time myself, I'm talking to them to make sure that the rightful things are done on behalf of the citizen. So we are not silent.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. We will go to Yelasa. Yelasa, please ask your two questions. After you, we go to Aman Brooks. Then we can take leave of the guests and stay for our post analysis.
Yeah, our guest has been here for over 2 hours now. So both of you just try to ask your questions.
D-Way will take me to dinner.
That man ain't here. That man going. You know, yeah. the man not let inland people. He ain't letting your people, but he came from behind us.
I know.
Go ahead, Yelasa.
All right. Good evening. Let me say hello to Honorable Senator.
Yes,
This is
sir.
Yulisa
How are
that
you, sir?
we spoke the last time.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
okay. I'm assuming you're okay too in Liberia.
Of course, yes.
Mine is not a big thing. I'll put it this way. First, let me say thank you for your level of advocacy on behalf of NIMBA. Like I said to you the other day, I'm one of your admirers here, and let me say thank you for what you do for NIMBA. But let me
Thank
go
you.
this way. How is MDR, and where do MDR stand now?
Well, thank you very much. It's a very fine question. But I don't know whether I could be the best position to answer it. MDR, the anticipation of the Nima people, including me, was when I'm made a senator or when I'm elected as a senator of the county, we all should rally around to see how bad we can uphold and take the MDR forward. And which I'm willing at all times to embrace. But equally so, if a stranger gets in the town, or if a child stay long outside and can't buy home, the father, whosoever in charge of the party, including whether a stand-up bearer, political leader, political party chairman, it is anticipated that they call a meeting to officially, embrace you. That was done. I was embraced during the period of my entry. And afterward, for me, people have been saying, oh, Kogar will get the leadership of the party, the Kogar, he will fight us. He may grandstand, he may go to different political party, he will not support us. How will you have those kind of a thought about somebody because of the person stand on national issue? Give me the benefit of the doubt to see whether I will betray or not. But the fact that a political party, any political party is government in waiting. They determine whether they can go this side or that side, depending on how you proceed. But if you are already insinuating that a Koga can he will fire us, and then subsequently I won the election and go and say, well, where are we in a party? So I'm expecting the executive of the party to call a meeting and tell her, well, you join all recent, this party, these are the leadership, and so period will be going to convention to elect new leadership. You should be brief and know all those things. So I should not be like an intruder that will be coming, being so curiosity or curious about situation where people will say, oh, that was just what we said. And I want a thing happening, but I'm not going to say anything, and I'm not going to go away from MDR as far as I'm concerned. No matter how you treat me, I'm a senior member of MDR, but watching the process. And one day, the Nimabu will ask that question: where is Koga position in MDR? So we're all watching the process to see. So I'm not going to force anything on anybody to make it appear like I'm so anxious for power. No. Whosoever they want to lead MDR, fine. Experience can support for Jesse. When Messi then around, when Ginka, they don't see them, the spectator will be saying, where is Messi? So this thing here, in Nima politics now, nobody can divorce Samuel Koga from politics. In Nima, I had a saying in this country, I can tell anybody, even in Liberia, for somebody to look down upon me, you will be making big mistake that you will not be able to repair in the future. So the starter on MDR for me, I don't know my position yet. But the Nima people will ask that question one day.
Thank you. I asked a question, and luckily you were able to answer according to the way I was anticipating, and you did. Um, the next thing is not a question, and just this will be my last statement. And I want to say thank you again. Nima is there. There is still a lot to do in Nima. We still have many things to accomplish in Nima to put us on the map. And the advocacies that is required on behalf of Nima, I'm asking you and the other lawmakers to continue doing that Nima will progress forward. Our districts, road connecting, road connectivity, especially when it comes to Tua River, our road connectivity is poor. The major borderlands we have leading to Bopley, that road needs to be worked on. So, on behalf of the citizens of Tua River here in America, we'd like to say thank you for your advocacies for NEMA. And I am still looking forward to you on that communication to reach back to me. Your communication is ready. Just inbox me, like I said. And once again, thank you, and thank you to the moderator for tonight's show.
If DK,
Thank you.
you're not ask you
Yes,
to
sir.
pay for that commercial.
Thank you. Thank you. We will go to Amma. Amma, back you. Let's go straight to the question. Our guest has been here for a while. You can see from the physical morphology, he looks tired. So we can let him go. I beg you, Chief. Go ahead. Amma, you are muted.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And let me say, Honorable Gongben Kogar, the People's Senator of Nima, Happy New Year, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Yeah, thank you.
And CEO, thank you so much for bringing the Nima Senator to us this evening. But quickly, Senator, there are a few concerns. And these concerns are in the corridor of Nima politics. And for some of us that believe in rumors tracking and race communication, we can add a difficult question that people don't want for normal people to ask. And these are the questions that have been in the various corridor. Honorable Samuel Kogar, as representative, you serve as a national chairman for one of the top 5 political party in the Republic of Liberia, which is the People Unification Party. You produce senators across the countries. You produce lawmakers across the country. And this is a PUP political party that is not a NIMA base established by someone outside of NIMA. Today, the expectation of the NIMA people when they see Samuel Kogar and they see MDR, today the MDR do not have a political leader. You sit in a seat that you replace the godfather of the country, that is county, turn over the mantle authority to you. But today, MDR, you look, MDR executive are doing everything to demoralize you, to make you appear to the national scene of the political part of our political body politics as you are nothing in Nima politics, and knowing your strength across the country, not just in Nima. How do you feel that your district, because some of us would know offers that were given to you to come to the CDC, millions that were offered to you to come to the CDC. How do you feel that your district gave more than 30,000 votes? And today, the people of Booyah, the people of Twa River, and even Belegaire, they are frustrated about this. And this is your role that you use to go in your home. These are your major constituents. How do you adjust yourself to these concerns, Honorable Senator?
Thank you, Amma.
First of all, your question, my concern will be the first concern about myself and the people. There is a philosophy that says any problem you can solve itself. You understand?
Yeah.
The people that were leading, they can see, but they don't talk much. They know the role we have played at the national level in Liberia and up to present. And when they see a situation one way or other, they are concerned. But our concern will be raised at the appropriate time. So I'm not deterred. And one thing I can tell anybody is nothing can fill my face or eyes. We can remember there are a lot of government that been coming and going. And we're still living. We must be thankful to the Almighty. So if I tell you, say, I'm deterred with everything that's going on, I'll be lying to you. I'm very much happy in my spirit. Except the Nima people did not elect me for a purpose. So I'm not, whatsoever people doing around. And one thing you should understand is, as a leader, when you are not tormented, when you useless in life, nobody can torment you. But when you are formidable, people will be afraid of you, they will fight you. So remain tolerant, remain calm. At the appropriate time, thing will unfold itself. Now all that shine is gold. So it don't move me. I don't have anything. But the only answer to you here is if I get to Nima, if I get one cassava piece, I will bravely say with the citizen and say, this is the cassava piece. You elected me. You don't expect me to operate outside of my salary. So this is what I got. So if anybody had a living utopia world to say, oh, the man, we're strong, we'll let him, we'll do this, we'll do that. You lying to yourself. Because nothing moving me. I can even wear 2 to 3 trousers every day to session. It don't move me. In life, finger off, finger not equal. Some people ride
Thank
keke to
you.
go to work. Some people ride motorbike. So I using the Chinese pickup as a senator to go to work. I feel proud. The day God say I will ride Land Cruiser Jeep,
Mm-hmm.
the same law will provide it. So why worry? And you understand when you believe that there is a law. So my brother, nothing can follow my eye and tell you anything. So everything that we do here is vanity. People came here, they were living here before they gone. We never knew Taylor then used to were going to leave power. So don't say not anything. The only thing you pray for as a leader is long life, and you and your people should live in harmony. I can't spend the Christmas and the New Year here. I've been here since. You come to my house when the cooking dry rice, I say, "No, eat." That one I got here. They will respect me for it. But if I portray myself like I'm a millionaire, I can get any money from anywhere. They will use me that way. Anytime I call, they will come in multitude to take their money and go. The day the money not there, they will be disappointed in you. I'm not a type. So my brother, let's sleep in the last.
Thank you very much, Senator Koga. Thank you for being here tonight. It's been a wonderful conversation with you. Before we take leave of you, we'll go for this break and be right back. Stay with us. So
I
the
told you,
Senate,
I told you the man to play football. You believe it? I said the man to be a top number 2. You fine. Back in somewhere those days.
the Senator got 2 signature moves. They got the one you can do it
If
arm
I
like
can be
this.
11 and if I can be
Yes. So these are the 2 signature moves. Folks, it has been a wonderful conversation here tonight with Honorable Senator Samuel Gongwen, Koga of Nima County. Senator, before we take leave of you, we cannot let you go without speaking to this issue. This is the
Can I do my last question? Can
Come
I
on,
ask
man.
my last question?
Come on, got one
Wait
more
now.
question. You got last
Still got one question.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm was going there. That's right. Thank you. Let's go ahead so we can take leave of the senator.
But man, how you call it at my channel? Y'all leave me. How you call it? Let me talk. I can know something. So y'all leave me. Let me ask him. Yeah. Senator, there are a few concerns from the people of Nima. And this concern, we are at 72nd at 90 GB sharp, few Saturday ago, and every Saturday, people bring it to our attention. The people are saying that your office do not have a full representation of the non-district of Nima. And then secondly, they said that your COS is not from Nima and people are in your office, they are not from Nima. For some of us who believe that because I ask you
Yeah, I think you got most of the questions, Senator.
Yeah. Well, if one felt that my office is not a cut, is not cut across the county, is not truth. It's not truth. So my COS is from district number 9. Are you there?
Yeah, go ahead.
My COS is from different Osondu Dan from Ganwi. He was once an acting PMC chairman in Nima. He is my current COS. So the guy who was serving as a COS when our representative is now the senior consultant because he's very resourceful. He got to usher Osono in. So we cannot let him go. Created a space for him. And he and Osono are working on par. And Osono graciously accept a working relationship. So my office represents the county.
Man said I asked
Thank
the
you.
question. No.
Thank you so much, Senator. Thank you for being here tonight. With the bread and butter issue in the country, how would you rate this government? It's been almost, let's say, 3 years now. When it comes to the issue of bread and butter in Liberia, how will you really honor this regime of President Joseph Boakai?
Well, in the first place, we're seeing reduction in prices. We're seeing a decrease in the US rates. But to get the money is a difficult part. That's what I observe. Prices are low. The US rate is down. But the fiscal cash for citizens to be circulated is not circulating as anticipated.
It's
That's
somewhere.
the only,
It's being held
that's the
somewhere.
major thing. That's the thing I saw. Yes. The road connectivity is some is in motion, some is proposition, and etc. Yeah. So
Thank you very much for being here tonight. Thank you for accepting our invitation. In 2 minutes, give us your parting comment, Chief.
Again, before you give a parting comment, I want to say thank you so much, Senator, for always being available to support BKS TV and coming on here. We appreciate your donation that you gave to us once again. We look forward to utilizing that to serve the people of Nima County and Liberia at large. So thank you so much, and we look forward to hosting you here again.
thank you. So my parting comment would be legislative. Since I came in the county and also in Monrovia, there have been a lot of concerns being raised by our constituents or citizens. Some people say we can't say now for most rural get 4 seats, then Nima get 2 seats, Bongande get 2 seats. No. So you got to fight and etc. In the first place, from my legislative understanding, the legislature is clothed with authority to set a threshold, but it's not clothed with authority to get electoral demarcation boundaries, to get seats. It's not our job. So the number of census, the census that were conducted based on the the population results. The House will set a threshold, and then the National Election Commission will set the electoral district. So we are not close with that authority. I want to make it clear. So what the House passed, we may likely not concur. That's my personal opinion from my understanding of legislation. So I think we need to just approve the threshold. If we set a threshold to say, well, okay, every electoral district there will be 10%, I mean 60,000 persons. So that we'll not breach, we'll not breach the constitution because the constitution to have 100%. It should not exceed 100, the seat. So in that line, you set a threshold on a particular number, and then you left the National Election Commission to do the boundary, the electoral district, and then bring it to us finally, for finalization. That is the rule of the House. But we cannot. Because if we do it, it will be corrupted. Because we have competing interests. So the Constitution avoided it and say, well, the legislature shall set a threshold. So setting a threshold is different from setting an electoral district. It is a prerogative of the National Election Commission in that direction. So once that is done, then the issue of demarcation will come in. But one of the things I want to caution to the National Election Commission is when they talk about electoral district, the framework of the Constitution take into consideration a traditional district. One of the problems that causing legislator or representative and senator sometimes they focus on certain area is because electoral boundary going into another cultural area, it has serious adverse effects on the developmental aspect of the lawmaker. For example, you got district number 3. In district number 3, you got part of the Gberege. They get part of Sanikore Man district, Yami way, the black people. These are Manon people. They got a culture. And the culture is quite different from the people of Gberege. How can a man who are elected in Gberege from Kample or Lapie be able to understand the culture of the people, their needs and wants? So it makes it difficult. So I'm cautioning the National Election Commission this time around that they should take into consideration the demarcation, the political demarcation, should take into due consideration traditional boundaries. That will avoid, conflicting of representation. So that's my parting comment tonight.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You have
Thank you, Honorable Senator. Thank you for being here.
It's a pleasure.
All right.
Thank you very much. I mean, you guys squeeze the senator until he wants to sleep on the show now. So, yeah, as always, we stay here.
Why you put your hand on your head on the show?
Somebody said, DK, like New Year, you got to slow down a little bit. See you. Let's start with you on the post analysis. Give us a post analysis and your parting comments in 2 minutes. After you go to Madam Lorena, DK to Daquan to Siawate. Yeah, let's say then we can go.
And I think the senator did extremely well. Since Lorena spoke to it, he came, he answered questions. The previous question was posed to him before when things were kind of shaky between him and the VP. He answered this time. It was really, really well answered. And I think he answered, but he also stood his ground. He made his point. He clarified where he stands when it comes to the Local Government Act. He talked about the accountability. He's not wavering on that. He's still pushing for accountability. He made that point. He's too firm. He expressed dissatisfaction with some things. Some conversation they're having with the president and other people. The question that Cyrus asked about other state actors who are being left behind. There's some high level conversation they're having. He didn't want to go into that detail. I also felt that he's not happy with the way Booyah District 5 is being treated. We are highly underrepresented, and I think they are doing it on purpose and waiting for 2028 or 2027 to go back. And we, as people from Booyah, folks in the media, who God has blessed to have platform like this, I think we'll use that to conscientize our people from now to whenever. And we can say for sure that our people are not happy, and they will respond. They will answer. You cannot treat certain group of people a certain way, and then you expect to have different type of result. But overall, I think it was a great interview. We all can agree that the senator answered all those questions. He inserted some sense of humor there, and we had a really good time with him. So yeah, looking forward to having more people in here. To come here and interview and talk to our people. We disagree on the show. We also agree. We have different ideas, people from different backgrounds. We share ideas. We disagree on policy issues, but we remain one big team. So thanks to all of you, all our panelists, and all our followers for always being here for us.
Thank you so much, CEO. Before we go to Madam Lorena, I have a little concern, though. When the senator was speaking about the job creation, especially those that supported this government, he spoke of high delegates from NEMA, high political figures like Madam Edith. He said there are ongoing conversations behind the scene. But when it reached to Booyah, he said he don't want to speak on it in depth. He take responsibility. He knows what is going on. But that took me to the conversation that the current representative had recently on Voice of Compa. According to Kotor, he said, he said that the reason why Booyah is not represented, the fault goes to Senator Samuel Gomes Kogar, because when jobs were divided at that time, Senator Kogar was fighting to be Deputy Speaker of the House. So Booyah was not represented on a high table. I don't know, he may speak to those things in the near future, but I think I'm a little concerned about that, whether this thing is from inside or it is just the government own negligence to the people of Booyah. I'm still a little bit confused about that. Madam Lorena, over to you now. Let's hear you.
Yes, thank you, Jim. This show was a good show. Like most of the shows we had, it was favor. No one was making someone that top a sentence. And like I said last night, that I said it last night when I said there was discussion concerning 6E when somebody, one of the panelists mentioned 6E, but I said that it would be unfair to come and sit on the platform to say those things, because you will maybe lost your opportunity of having those private information coming to you, somebody telling you. So that's why I often say people who support politicians, we shouldn't support them with our character, with our life, because the discussion they are having with their counterpart, they're not consulting you. They will only come to you when they have already agreed on whatever they are agreed on, and then you say, oh, for the sake of this, for the sake of that, and that's what they will tell you. So, but then if you put your life, your character, your everything, your family on the line for those people, and by the time everything is resolved, I mean, you're forced to either just follow the wagon or decide to just be on the other side and still be attacking. So sometimes, yes, we can support, we can demonstrate our loyalty to our leaders or to whichever political movement we are in, to the care of that, but we should do it also considering that we got our own life outside that person's political ambition. That's what I would like to say. And like I said to my nephew, I can tell that the relationship between he and the vice president, the superintendent, it's kind of there. It may not be perfect, but improved, because the same questions he answered 3-4 months ago, the way he answered it tonight were very different. And so the Senator Twain made reference to their meeting that were held in the vice president office. It proves that those things were said. And even in the program he had on Christmas Day in Conway, he made promise to the chieftain that if there should be anything between he and the VP, because they are human, they will all be disagreement. They will talk it like brothers, and outside the media, it will not be like what happened and he asked if go to forgive me and trust him. So I think he's going by that, because the Kogar was very, polite, civil, and everything. So we pray for a good relationship, because with good relationship, our county can move forward. And once the county as a whole is moving forward, a different district will move forward. We're talking about we are not represented. This is the activity of the Rescue Government. Roger Domai say the president of the Jobless Rescue Association of Liberia. So with unity, I mean, all those things can just fall into place. So good night. I might be going out right after, because I'm very sleepy. That's why I keep putting my hand on my head just so something. I'm very, very sleepy. I have not been sleeping, as you say, since this month Eve. I have not really had long rest sleep.
When you
So
leave,
yeah.
I'll say something about you in your accent. So
Yes,
just stay on and you'll
What?
hear me.
Oh yeah, put myself on mute and put my video off. Then
okay.
I'll be
Okay.
listening, but I'm not listening. Yeah.
Thank
And
you.
so
Thank you,
good
Madam
now with
Lorena.
you tomorrow. What we can have a guest tomorrow that we can also be able to discuss like this.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
hopefully we might have someone from District 2 tomorrow.
Okay.
DK, let's hear you, Chief. Governor DK Way.
Oh, now what's showing there now?
You
Anyway,
not know the governor?
yeah. So thank you. I think the show was good. Uh, Koga, Senator Koga, they were tonight. Some of the things that Koga didn't say that John spoke about, I was so funny, was when he said the current representative of District 5 accused Koga that There's no job for Booyah citizen because Kogar at the time was contesting as speaker. And sometimes people just talk like sorry for that. Loosely, is he really knowing why he's saying the current representative? Senator Nomi Kanga is the current pro tem. She was contesting a pro tem and she really fought and got job to her people. So why is he saying? And sometimes he just come on and people just I don't know whether some of those appearances he making he really mean it or he just want to go in the radio station to just talk. So you sat on radio and say, oh, there's no job in Booyah because Koga wanted to be deputy speaker, so because of that, they could not get job to Booyah. Okay, he's there now. He don't want to be deputy speaker, nothing. So then he create a job for all the Booyah citizens and stuff. Again,
I begin. Who
like,
the guy behind
like
you?
Emmanuel,
Hey,
that
man.
Booyah, man. That Booyah, man, that came from the blind side to make input. That what I can always say about the
I'm
people
back
from
on the
York.
show. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think the show was good. We just need to push our guests more to get more out of them. The issue Lorena wanted to touch about Ide Gongo way, I disagree. I disagree. This is my opinion that there's any discussion about her. Ile and Ide Gongo way current minister Tingba for the same quarter, not even same time. So they want to give a ministerial position when they want to give ministerial job to Gio and Mano and this way. Sometimes they say that around big people and contradict every other position that the very people saying. So I pray that she gets job, but I don't think it's possible. She will not come near anything now. Uh, because of two powerful brothers that they been at local here all the time are close to the power that be. They even being cleaners in our place, so they will never want her come near power. So I'm challenging them today so that they can get her own position. When they do that for Manangongo, where it will be fine. Other than that, it was good. I saw in the comment section people were roasting me, like I done all the wrong, which is good. We appreciate all of them for always following us and because taking their data and everything. One of the things I noticed tonight, year was so excited that the team Koga is back to their rescue team. And so, yeah, so I appreciate everything. See everything. What was your question to the senator?
My man, you
Thank
didn't
you,
answer
thank
the
you,
question.
DK. Cyrus, let's hear you, my brother. And Siawate will take us home.
Yeah, thank you, Junior. It was a good show. The senator spoke well. So it was a mistake on your part for not telling Koga. Probably he did not listen to what Koto said. Let me tell you, Junior, the game Koto playing is like if a man goes to a woman that he loves and he lied to the woman that his father get money or his man get money, just to impress a woman to fall in love with him. And then afterward, he will want to be crediting people money so, or even stealing to impress the woman just to maintain that image that people actually get money. That's again a German playing with Booyah. But I will encourage him to relax himself. Then he rest about it. He will do all the politics. He can go Booyah and say whatever he wants to say about Koga. Then he rest about it. 2029 will come. There will be election in Booyah. Either he might be re-elected or not. One of these things will happen. So let him rest about it. He can decide all the other things to say about Koga. I wonder if Koga is the vice president that the president listens to, that he did not give job to his people. Some of the things the guys can say, these are things that continue to ignite this unity in Nimba. You look at a man who does not have authority. You say, oh, because he was wanting to be deputy speaker. How did that equate to not talking for his people? Okay, I agree. Assuming but not admitting Cotton's statement is right. What happens to Vice President Kun? Now, we are people for making Vice President. So, what has he done? So when they say some of these things and people respond to them and they will begin to catch feelings, but let him wait. Then he wait for 2029. We'll play the politics. We'll play the politics. Look, the one having just the by-election that brought him, that Koga did not make decision. He was acting Bancho and things. This time around, we will push him to make decision in Booyah. We will push him to select a side to support, to stand by the side. Even if the side is defeated, then history will record that. Ecuador rests himself. But to the entire process, his explanation tonight, the all-over explanation from the senator, he spoke well. One thing I like about him, he's a man who does not hide his feelings. I understand people are saying things are well this time, based on the way he sounds. Things are not well. When I asked the senator, he said, for Booyah, he doesn't want to shift blame on the president. That's what he said. He said, I don't want to shift. And he said that repeatedly. He said, I don't want to shift blame on the president. Does Baga even know where they call Booyah? He doesn't know. But the VP knows where they call Booyah. But the thing is, now, look, Junior, when people think they are smart, sometimes you can catch up with them. The game is, if somebody comes from Booyah and the person gets presidential appointment, Koga will take the glory, So that's the game for which our people are being suppressed. But there will come a time they will run back there to maybe they will find a way around it, the way Koga or Kotor is finding a way around it to shift the blame on Koga. But our people are not blind, Our people, even you can go with all the propaganda tools you do, whatever, the people themselves are not blind. A time will come when you continue to lie to people over and over. A time will come that they will look in your face and say, this thing you are saying a lie. And people who continue to make mistakes, let me tell you, the vice president is not a superman to know everything. Young people are the problem. That's why you always see me talking about young people. Young people are the problem. The people around the vice president are not telling him the real truth. To say, look, chief, certain thing will not work. You can have Edith Gonglo West sitting down on a fence, and you got how many voting man getting Glaze up here, for example? How many? Let's be real. What people say is their strategy that the father will get the occuper. We have Tingman, we can use them to share for with Edith in that bill. It's not true. It's a bluff. It's a this woman. If you place now that Senator Johnson has that, if you place she and Kun on the ballot, she will be Kun in Nimba. That's the person we're talking about. Now that Senator Johnson is not around to manipulate things, if you place Goglo Ware now on the same ballot with Kun, she will be Kun face down. So you can peg your doorkeeper, you can peg whoever you want to peg. They don't even match her. They don't match her weight, brother. The doorkeeper last night I said this thing and I'm about to say it again. The doorkeeper, the Tingba, the whoever they get in the Madam Bell, the Tico Yoli, the Depozo, all of them, you put that number together, Garrison, one can beat them, my brother. We're talking about number here. So that strategy, we get the other pricing, it is not replaceable. If they are honest about Nimba unity, if it is not about wearing Nimba t-shirts, wearing jersey to go to SKD, for people to be faking things, forcing themselves to take pictures with certain people to prove a point, we must begin to reconcile from a genuine perspective. We should reconcile the county and say, look, what happened in 2023, let's forgo it. Let's move together. Our county needs to produce president. That should be the conversation. And we should be honest about it. If supporting candidate against another candidate was a crime, then a lot of people who support Braga today committed crime against him in 2017 when we were supporting him. But there is no crime. This thing is centered around ideology. People have different ideology. People believe in different things. Psychologically, two persons cannot think the same way. And that's the scenario we should use in our national conversation. You see, Lofians, every day you see the people together and their country is moving on fine. But in Nima, the what you hear about yourself around is people say that and say, well, we'll strangulate them. to a point that people will look at a senator, an elected senator, they say, we'll struggle, let him not find place to breathe, then we'll try to rescue them. They will accept anything. That's the conversation. But let's watch the process as 2029 unfolds. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Cyrus. So I would say take us home, Chief.
Thank you, Jim. The show was good tonight. I mean, the senator spoke very well. Senator Kogar is one person, he don't mince his words. And like you said, there are a lot of conversation going on. So the level it is, that's why you don't want to speak to that. So I think he spoke very well. And we are watching to see. Uh, we talk about certain things about the chiefs and elders that require serious attention. So loyalty, you see, so is driven by something, sometime. So the reason you see things are going away, and most time ago when things happen in the country is only because people loyalty is to something. So once the local government act is being, put into full action, I think most of those things will be curtailed. So I mean, at the end of the day, Nima, you saw house in the Kogar was very robust the other day. So that shows that there are a lot of conversation going on at least, and that he being a little at peace. So he did well tonight, and everyone who came on the show, the show was good tonight. So we hope to be here tomorrow. And the issue with the the meter issue, like he said, I mean, majority are had a will. The only thing we would tell them is, you know, we have a representative on the committee, which is Senator Twine. So that's why the other day when I asked him, he answered the way he answered. But I mean, we cannot have someone who understands the workings very well. Then you have our own budget. They say it's in a draft. It did not appear in a draft, but it will appear in a reverse. So I mean, some of these things when they say it, sometimes you just try to, and analyze because I mean, why the issue is our own government, but sometimes when they say something to educated people, as if the people don't even know what they are doing. When you did a budget, a country like Nima that have all of the resources, you disaggregated everything. You did a projection, and you say we were behind the scene. So the scene is behind the scene is just a gentleman agreement. At the end of the day, oh gentlemen, Apple fast so, Apple 10 so. If the people don't agree, it will not work. So people need to be real to some of the conversation when they come because that means our representation on the national budget, because he boastfully said he had on our Glica and on our Twine the other day. But what's the benefit to Nima? Today, our own is a contingency, and it will come as reverse and all those things. And sorrowfully, the 20 million dollars will go to Nima. It did not go to Nima only because, and it will be reversed. And the 20 million, and the law is being passed. But on the overall, they are doing their best. The only thing we can tell them is that they try the next time to see the full interest of the Nima people. If we continue the way we're going, at the end of the day, like we keep saying, nothing will get from the resources. We don't know when it will be today. At 25-year meter put down, while it's true they have checked and know what the span, what's the last span of the resources, but we don't know. Anytime if it deplete, even in the next 20, 25 years, even 50 years, it will still go. At the end of the day, you see bombing hill today, it tend to bombing hole. You get Nima hole. So all of these things, people need to come to the table with sincerity and caution. They too much holding and pulling to conclude, we Nimbayans, we need to copy from the other countries to see how we can come together. If you see today, Thomas Farah, During the election, people die in Lofa. Nobody die in Lofa. But in Nima, when you try to give other people advice about the too many unnecessary for a man not clear. The other person, whole day people not clear in Nima. So I mean, we just gotta work on these things and come together. You know, I listen to one of the panelists, they were talking about Kante meat. You see people jealous in us, it should not be Kante meat. I know the love we all got for the Kante boy should transcend beyond, and you know, Kante meat, it should transcend beyond all these things because the relationship is the key one. How will we be united in Kante meat? We are not united on the national table. At the end of the day, you see whole district, they don't get one appointed official. So that's sad. The man who made the entire country to win from a district, you don't get one person from there. But people still justify that. But that's it. We hope to be here tomorrow. And thanks for coming. And Saros and the rest of the folks. Good night.
Thank you
Thank
guys
you.
so much for being here tonight. It's been a wonderful conversation with all of you. We're going to be here tomorrow and we'll be hosting someone from Electoral District 2, Nima County. Let me try to get his name correctly here for our guest tomorrow on the Heat Tower program. We'll be hosting former Representative Kennedy of Electoral District 2, Nima County. And of course, his name is bear with me very shortly. I have to get the name of our guest correct before. Okay, we'll be hosting Mr. Benjamin Ziagben. Mr. Benjamin Ziagben will be our guest here tomorrow on the Heat Tower program, and we'll be discussing Nima County politics. We'll be discussing District 2 politics. We'll be discussing the people of the mine affected communities in Nima. He hailed from that area. He hailed from District 2. He gave us more updates as to how the people feel about Mental Liberia operation there too as well. And tonight we hosted Senator Samuel Gongman Kogar on the show. I want to say thank you for listening. Thank you for following. I've been Junior Payne, your host of the Heat Tower Show. Catch it up tomorrow, same time.